I'm Annie.
And I'm Holly.
From the youth room at the BB Library, and welcome back to Sing-Along Stories. Sing-Along stories are, well, they are exactly that. They are stories that you can sing along to. So we'll read the story.
And sing the song, and hopefully you'll join in.
Or maybe you want to just sit back and enjoy. Today we are reading and singing The Foolish Frog by Pete and Charles Seeger, illustrated by Miloslav Yeager. Holly, you actually recommended this song about this farmer who writes a really funny tune inspired by a bullfrog that causes a lot of mayhem in the town and really inflates the frog's ego to have a song about him. How did you come to know the song, The Foolish Frog?
I think I've known it my whole life. It was taught to us in music when I was probably like in second grade in school. So it's a song that's always been around and I've always loved it. And the author Pete Seeger is somebody who I do have a contact with. For when I worked at the library in Lawrence, I was on a committee in town that hired performers for the Bread and Roses Festival, which is a music festival that is held on Labor Day. And Pete Seeger was somebody who we hired as our headliner several times.
Oh, cool.
He was amazing. And I actually got to pick him up from the airport and take him to his hotel. And he was so nice. He actually autographed my book, Abba Yo-Yo, too, which I was pretty thrilled about.
Oh, that's so cool.
But, I've known him for a long time, but his music, I've known before I knew really who he was, like Where Are All the Flowers Gone is one. And If I Had a Hammer are songs that I just have known my whole life. And besides being this amazing performer, he's known for playing the banjo in particular. And he played not just a normal banjo, which has 4 strings, but a 5-string banjo. And it not only was, it also had an extremely long neck, and the neck is this part of the instrument. So it was an unusual instrument. And he was just amazing. But the thing I liked best about him is that he just didn't play his music for the music. He played it to help other people. He was very, very involved in workers' rights. He helped people who he felt were not being treated at work right, as well as the civil rights movement. So the fact that he not only was amazing, but he made his music mean something and help other people.
Yeah.
So what about you, Annie? Have you heard Pete Seeger before?
Well, I knew who Pete Seeger is, and I also grew up with a lot of his songs that I knew because they were played by the another folk group, Peter, Paul, and Mary, who sang songs like If I Had a Hammer, Where Have All the Flowers Gone? So I always grew up sort of knowing Pete's lyrics, and I knew of him as a really prolific folk singer-songwriter and a wonderful activist as well. But this is my first time hearing and reading The Foolish Frog, and it was really fun to see this sort of goofy side of Pete Seeger as well, and just sort of see this very tall tale about a frog. So I'm pretty excited to read it and sing it today.
Well, the story tells the story, The Foolish Frog. Pete Seeger sings it, but he also is the person who tells the story in it, which I think is great. And so the song is so important. It goes throughout. It's what starts the whole story going. Why don't I teach the song and we'll learn the song, and then we'll be ready to do it when you read the story. Okay.
That sounds great. Take it away, Holly.
Okay, so this is how the song goes. It goes, way down south in the Yankee-Yank, a bullfrog jumped from bank to bank just because there's nothing better for to do. He stubbed his toe and fell in the water. You can hear him holler for 1.25 miles just because there's nothing better for to do. And this song starts everything off, and it goes all the way to the end. But what I like about it is it gives you the opportunity to be creative and try some different things. For example, it's not just people who sing the song. There's cows, there's chickens, there's a barn door, there's grass, and there's a river, among other things that sing the song. So think about when you sing it, how does a cow sing? Does it go moo, 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 or the chicken, muck, muck, muck? What about a barn door? Especially, it says in there, a barn door with a rusty hinge. You got to make a rusty hinge sound while you're singing. Grass is shh. If I work a river, come up with something. So before we go on, let's sing the song again so we can get the tune down, because you need to sing quite a bit in the song. So here we go. Here we are. Way down south in the Yankety Yank, a bullfrog jumped from bank to bank just because there's nothing better for to do. He stubbed his toe and fell in the water. You could hear him holler for a mile and a quarter just because there's nothing better for to do. So that's the song. Now have fun with it, sing along, and try to sing like a cow. Try to sing like grass, whatever you would like. So there's the song. Let's hear the story now.
The Foolish Frog by Pete Seeger and Charles Seeger. Illustrated by Miloslav Jaeger. Once upon a time, there was a farmer walking down the road, and he was whistling a tune. But he scratched his head and said, "Doggone, I wish I had some words for my song. All I've got is the melody." Just then, he came to a little brook, and he leaned on the railing of a bridge. Down there was a big old bullfrog, hopping from bank to bank. The bullfrog looked up, saw the farmer, and thought he'd show off. He took an extra special big hop. Kersplash! He fell in the mud and got all dirty. The farmer laughed and laughed and started singing. Way down south in the Yankety Yank, a bullfrog jumped from bank to bank just because he'd nothing better for to do. He stubbed his toe, fell in the water, you could hear him holler for a mile and a quarter just because he'd nothing better for to do. Now the farmer went down the road feeling very proud of himself for making up a song. He went into the corner store, bought some groceries, and said, "Oh, before I go home, I must teach you my new song." The storekeeper said, "Go home, I'm busy here. See all these summer people? I won't pay you my money unless you let me sing my song." "Oh, all right. Sing it and get it over with." Well, the farmer started singing, and the storekeeper shouted, "Hey, that's a good tune. Gather round, everybody. We'll have a party." And they were stamping on the floor, drinking the free strawberry soda pop, passing around the free soda crackers. Back home, wives and children were sitting down to eat supper. And where's Father? Mother says, "Children, you'd better run down to the corner store and fetch your old man. He's probably wasting his time, as usual." All the children ran down the road and ran inside the store. When they heard the music, they forgot all about giving the message, and the children started singing. Way down south in the Yankety Yank. Well, the children were stamping on the floor, drinking the free strawberry pop, eating the free soda crackers. And in every farmhouse, it was the same situation. All the mothers said, "This has gone far enough. Did they expect us to cook all day and nobody show up for supper?" And they walked down the road, waving their frying pans. When they got near the store, and they heard all the pretty music, they forgot about being angry. They dropped their frying pans and ran inside, and the mother started, "Way down south in the Yankety Yank." And the mothers were drinking the free strawberry pop, eating the free soda crackers, and stamping on the floor. Meanwhile, back in the barn, all the cows said, "Where is everybody? We're supposed to be milked. It's getting very uncomfortable." The cows walked out of the stalls. They walked right out of the barn, down the road, straight inside the corner store, and they started, "Moo, moo, 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 moo." The cows were stamping on the floor, drinking the free strawberry pop, eating the free soda crackers. Out in the barnyard, all the chickens said, "Woo, where is everybody? We're supposed to be fed. Woo, we're getting hungry." The chickens hopped over the fence, hopped down the road, hopped inside the corner store. Feathers flying through the air. The chickens were stamping on the floor, drinking the free strawberry pop, eating the free soda crackers. Meanwhile, all the barns started talking. They said, "We feel so empty without any cows, without any chickens. I guess we'll have to go find them." The barns picked themselves up off their foundations. They galumphed down the road and they squeezed inside the corner store, believe it or not. Ever hear a rusty hinge on a barn door? That's the way they sounded. Out in the fields, all of the grass said, "Where is everybody? The cows are supposed to come and eat us. I guess we'll have to go find them." The grass picked itself up, swished down the road, swished inside the corner store. Shh, 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 shh. When the grass was gone, the fields were gone. When the fields were gone, the banks of the brook were gone. And the brook said, "I don't have anything to bubble between." So the brook bubbled down the road, bubbled up inside the corner store. Blub, 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 blub. The brook was bubbling up and down the stairway. The grass was growing out the chimney. The feathers flying through the air. The cow's tail swishing out the windows. Everybody drinking the free strawberry pop, eating the free soda crackers, and stamping on the floor. There was the bullfrog in midair. He looked down. There was nothing underneath him. He looked over. There was nothing to land on. He said, "Where am I?" The only thing left was the road. He started hopping down the road. "Hey, what's that racket down at the corner store?" "Why, they're singing about me." And he was so proud. He puffed himself up with pride. And he puffed, and he puffed, and he puffed, and he puffed, and pow! He exploded in all directions. Cows, barns, chickens, farmers, wives, children, the whole corner store went up in the air, and everybody floated down through the sky. They all landed right where they were supposed to be the whole time, sat down eating supper, feeling kind of foolish for themselves. The next day, they went out to try to find the frog. They looked high, they looked low. Strawberry pop bottles and soda crackers in all directions, but no frog. So all there is left of the frog is the song. We might as well sing her once again.
Just like the book says, shall we sing one more time that song? So we'll sing the song again, and then there is the lesson or the moral of the story. So I will do that one. So we'll sing the song together, and then I will sing the moral. See if you agree with what it says. Here we go. Way down south in the Yankee-Yank, a bullfrog jumped from bank to bank just because there's nothing better for to do. He stubbed his toe and fell in the water. You can hear him holler for a mile and a quarter just because there's nothing better for to do. There's lots of people just like that foolish frog of mine. Frog of mine get themselves in trouble just to pass the time, pass the time. There's lots of people just like that foolish frog of mine just because there's nothing better for to do.
Thank you so much for reading.
And singing.
along to The Foolish Frog by Pete and Charles Seeger with us.
Well, we hope that you can join us again next time for Sing Along Stories.
And until then, happy reading.
And singing.
See you later.
Once upon a time, there was a farmer walking down the road. He was whistling this tune. But he scratched his head and says, "Doggone, I wish I had some words to the song. All I got is the melody."